Hi, what's up, traders? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. My name is Hassan, and this channel is about me and my struggle to become a profitable day trader. I'm here streaming live every market open, trading in real time, so you can see the good, the bad, and the ugly. If that's your type of thing, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and join me in the mornings, man. We have a good time. We got a Discord in the description. Go ahead and slide in there too, man. We just talk, exchange ideas, and it's all good energy, man. Love to have you. But anyway, I am here today to go over my trades for the day. So let's get to it. So I always say whenever I have more than like 3 or 4 tickers, I've definitely overtraded, and usually I'm red. But the good thing about managing risk is that if you do it properly, it only takes 1 or 2 trades to get you back in the game. And you can see I'm red everywhere except for Meta and FSLR. I got a 4R trade on Meta and a 5R trade on FSLR, and so I was able to end up 3R today. So that's pretty awesome. So let's see what happened with today. First trade was on gold. Now gold was something that popped up on my radar like maybe a month ago. It was a good daily setup and it had a lot of volume pre-market, and in that moment it was a great stock to trade. Since then, it's not been a great stock to trade. It's really low on volume. It does make some decent moves sometimes, but in general, it's very choppy and very light on volume, and that's what it was today. And I just shouldn't have traded it. My entries weren't terrible, but it just didn't go anywhere, and there's just no volume. So like, I deleted. I have a little basket over here that I keep my favorite, stocks in, or my recently traded stocks, just so I can quickly click through and see what's going on, when nothing's going on my watch list. But as of today, I officially deleted gold off of that list so I cannot trade it. Not enough volume, not in play. Need to focus on the stocks in play. It does get difficult on mornings. Like this morning, there was like nothing on the gap up list. So I found myself kind of digging up the trash, trying to find something to trade. And it's just not a good idea. Alright, so anyway, my next trade was on Coin. Man, Coin was a great trade. It was a great trade. Now looking at it though, it is below the opening range. Let me double check that. Not terribly below, but oh yeah, it's way below the opening range. Way below. I definitely should have taken that into account. But honestly, I traded it well, and it came within 3 pennies. My take profit was at 45. It came up to 243.42. 3 pennies of my target, man. And this would have been a rock star trade. But it didn't hit my target, and I was just trying to be patient for it to, come back down and then retest. I even lowered my target down to 39, trying to, if it came up to retest so that I could get that order filled. It just didn't happen, man. It didn't happen, so I raised my stop up pretty close to break even. Ended up stopping out $1.87. 1R for me is 5R. So, I mean $5. So $1.87 loss on that one. But hindsight, below opening range, which is a no trade. But we did get the higher high, higher low to VWAP, right? And I did get to pretty much 3R. I just didn't get to, it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes it it almost goes up to your order and then it turns around and sells off and you just don't get it. You know, that's part of the game. So I mean, it was a good trade besides it being below the opening range. But yeah, I don't know, man. Coin has been one of those love to hate to love stocks. I don't know. I've had some really nice days on Coin, and then I've had some terrible days. This was a good day. It just didn't work out. It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, on to Meta. So Meta, I traded this morning actually, and the thing about my entries this morning, it was really like choppy, like moving up really fast and down really fast, like huge candles. And this type of atmosphere is really hard to predict. So, I mean, it didn't look so bad on the higher time frames. Yeah, it did. Look at this big topping tail on the 15. That right there should tell you to stay away. I'm supposed to stay away when I see that. It's right here. Big, long topping tails, big red candles, right? So we got this huge red candle here that I ignored, and this huge topping tail on the 5 that I ignored, on the 15 that I ignored. And seeing it on the 15 is way more significant than on the 2, and it's on the 5 too. So yeah, I definitely should have stayed away. Definitely should have stayed away. It just kept making higher highs, so it was very tempting, but it just wasn't ready yet. It wasn't ready yet, and it was trying to tell me with these topping tails and wide red candles, but I didn't listen, so I got stopped out. I believe it was just minus 1R though, so it wasn't bad. I think it was less than R. It's like $4 and some change, so not terrible, you know. Higher high, higher low to VWAP. It's still a decent setup, still over the opening range, so I'm not like super mad at myself for taking it. But looking back, you can see some reasons to stay away from it. Topping tails, big red candles, etc. So, Meta, okay setup, but red flags, present, no trade. That was minus 1R. And then, after it traded down, I was really hawking it right down here, though. I really wanted to trade it down here. As you can see, this 15-minute candle down here, big long bottoming tail, and then the candles got real narrow. I was really thinking about jumping in right here, but I don't like to enter below VWAP. So I'm proud of myself for not getting in down there, even though it would have been an amazing trade. But I waited for it to pop over VWAP, had a nice strong move up over VWAP, and then at this resting candle right here. So I'm starting to look for an entry, and I end up looking at the 2-minute, saw this nice hammer candle right here at yesterday's close, testing VWAP. So I got in there, stopped under the low, and then it made a higher high, higher low, added right there, moved my stop up a little bit tighter to maintain my 1R risk, and it was all good from there. Took profit up here at a little over 3R. Actually, I think this was 4R right here. I took profit, sold 7 out of my 10 shares, and then let the 3 ride up all the way up to 507. And from the looks of it, that was a decent area to sell because it's been selling off since. So yeah, this was a rock star trade on Meta. My guy Ben was like, it's not an easy money trade, but I mean, it was pretty nice. Really is a 5R trade because I made back my loss plus, and I'm positive 4R. So plus 5R on higher high plus higher low to VWAP. Plus 5R. Great trade on Meta. That's what we need to see. We need to stay away from the junk and just wait for, things to prove itself. Just stay away from the chop. Stay away from the chop. All right, LLY. I'm extremely disappointed in trading this. Shout out to Signature, man. This is no slight to you whatsoever. You like catching the dips. I don't really like catching the dips. But my main gripe with this entry is that it is way below the opening range. Right, the bottom of the opening range is right there, and I'm way down here. So to hope that it's gonna make its way back up to the top just because it retook VWAP, that was really just a short setup, right? Like, look at that right there, nice short setup. But it did end up coming back up. But yeah, so LLY below opening range, no trade, minus. Ooh, 2R. Oh, I went back in twice. Dang. Went back in twice. Based on what? Okay, so I guess my initial trigger was this candle, but I didn't risk to the bottom there. What did I risk? Not enough. I didn't risk anything. I didn't even risk to the low of that on the 2 minute. I don't know what I was doing with this trade. This was bogus. And then I got back in, probably on this 5 minute trigger, and still didn't risk enough. This was poor trading. Poor trading on LLY. No entry, no pattern, no appropriate stop loss placement, bad trading. I ain't got no excuses on LLY. That was just complete garbage trading. Yeah, I gotta do better than that. Gotta do better than that. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. All right, moving on. This guy right here, probably trade of the day. I don't know what this is about. I guess I was risking just to the bottom of that when I should have been risking to below this area at best. Yeah, this was definitely a 2 minute entry and not a higher time frame entry. I think the thing is, I considered this triggered right here because I really wanted to get in at the first break over VWAP. But when I looked at it, this wasn't a good entry, right? I wanted to see it make a higher high and a higher low over VWAP first. So, okay, that's what happened. So here we made a higher high and then a higher low. But let me get my epic pen going here. But I missed it. And so now I remember I put a limit order in hoping it would come back down and catch me. And then I put my stop under that candle, which I should have definitely done a wider stop. Usually I want my stop based on the 5 minute, 5 or the 15. So yeah, I definitely should have. My stop needs to be under VWAP. Stop needs to be under VWAP at all times. There's the rule right there. So yeah, I messed myself up with that one. Threw a R out the window on some dumb stuff. But this candle actually ended up being a great trigger candle. So I got right back in and put my stop in the appropriate level underneath VWAP. And then we made a higher high, higher low. I added another higher high. I don't know if this was a higher low, but on the 5 it looked decent. So I think I just ended up adding. I think I remember putting an order in and then I just dragged it down. Because at this point, I was kind of losing faith and I had my stop up kind of tight. But it continued. It continued to go up and I added again, moved my stop even tighter. And thankfully, it did not make any more lows. And trended up really well, man. Really well. Took profit here. I think I took 3R out right there. And I was planning to hold for the bigger move up because it was over all-time highs. But I fat fingered it, man. I was getting ready to put an order in at $2.99 just to have it sit there. And I must have slipped and hit the enter key. and ended up stopping out. I mean, ended up just marketing out right there next to my take profit. But it gave me 2 more R. So, hey, man, can't be mad at that. Who knows if I would have even sold it up here. So, hey, man, it worked out great. Not mad at that at all. 5R. So, what do we have here? FSLR. 15-minute trigger over VWAP. Entered on the 2. Initial entry did not place stop appropriately. -1R. Got back in and put stop under VWAP plus 5R, baby. Awesome. All right, Spot and GME. I don't even want to talk about these last 2 losers when we ended on FSLR. Let's see. Hopefully I got an excuse on these higher time frames because this looks like hot garbage. Yep, hot garbage. Way below the opening range. Just shouldn't have touched it. Just shouldn't have touched it. Lower high. I don't know what this was. I don't know what it was. I guess I was getting in on the 15, but this is not a setup. Spot. No pattern. No trigger. No trade. 2 times. 2 times, man. Look at this. Straight garbage. Look at this. You got high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and I'm buying. What are you doing? This would have been a good, if these were sales, that would have been a great build up on a short position. But I don't short, so this was straight garbage. Straight garbage. I think maybe I was drawing a trend line on this last entry, and I thought this break of the trend line was going to be it. I don't know. But just the fact that it's way below the opening range, I don't want to trade those. I don't want to trade those. So that's an easy fix to stay out of that crap. Just if it's not above the opening range, assume it's going down. Just like if it's not above VWAP, assume it's going down. All right, this GME trade, this was just it was just for fun, but if I had been a little serious about it and placed my stop underneath a low, we probably could have made it into this trade. Like, real talk. We probably could have made some bank on this trade. But again, just like if you're going to trade it, put your stop in the right spot. Right? Just share size appropriately so you can put your stop where you need to put it. Too narrow of a stop. And not share size appropriately. Minus 0.6 R. But anyway, so yeah, I definitely just took some crappy trades. There was just some crappy trades mixed in. But when you manage risk, you just need a couple good ones to pull the day back out. And man, I can't believe I'm up 3R right now on the day. That's wild. But here's the plan for tomorrow. No trades below the opening range. Period. As soon as I pull something up, if I see it's below the opening range, I'm moving out, moving on. No trade, no entries below VWAP. I'm not doing any, even though it's really tempting to see a 15-minute hammer candle out at double bottom low of day. That's super tempting. That's what meta was right here. That's what meta was. On the 15, look at this. Look at this. This is nice. Higher low, double bottom-ish, right? Nice hammer candle. Could have bought with a nice wide stop when it broke over VWAP and you found another entry over VWAP. That's when you can go heavy and move your stop up tight. You have a really nice average. I don't know, man. We might have to make some room in the rule book. I don't know. Nah, because, I mean, either we're going to trade below the opening range or we're not. I don't know. Maybe later. Maybe later. For now, we're just going to trade above VWAP and above opening range. And I'm going to try really hard to just take profit at 3R. Just put in a hard take profit. No partial. Just take the 3R. I got to just accept. I got to consider 3R a home run. Because I looked 3R on right in the face on coin and did nothing. Like another 3R on the table right now, be up 6R today. After an 8R day yesterday. Those type of days really elevate your trading. Confidence-wise, putting profit in the bank. You know what I mean? I got to do it. All right, so for sure. No trades below the opening range. No trades below VWAP. Taking profit at 3R, all or nothing. Moving stop to break even at 2R. That's the plan for tomorrow. I think we can do it, you guys. I feel like I'm turning the corner. I feel like I'm turning the corner. I don't know. I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because if not, it's probably going to be the struggling swing trader. Anyway, man, appreciate you guys so much for hanging out and watching. Hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. Discord link is in the description if you guys want to talk ideas, talk charts, talk books, or, you know, just talk life, man. We're pretty cool vibes in there. Yeah, other than that, man, I'll see you guys in the morning, man. Have a good one. Peace.